The movie begins with Eka, who starts telling us about the strange thing happening in her life. Every night, she dreams of the same place, a beautiful house, and inside that house, she always sees a handsome man slowly coming closer to her. But this is not just an ordinary dream. Even while Eka is sleeping in real life, we see a terrifying demonic presence near her. From this moment, it becomes clear that Eka is somehow trapped under a demon's spell. That night, when Eka suddenly wakes up, she feels happy because her husband Ariel has finally come home. But at the same time, she is also angry because lately, Ariel has been coming home very late every day. Eka asks Ariel to keep his things properly, and Ariel quietly does what she says. But right after that, a demonic hand throws those things here and there, making it look like Ariel has messed everything up again. Because of this, Eka gets even more irritated, and an argument starts between husband and wife. Ariel also loses his patience, and in anger, he leaves the house without even eating his meal. The next day, Eka goes to work and shares her problem with her friend. She says that Ariel has changed, and he no longer gives her attention like he used to. But her friend makes Eka understand that maybe Ariel is not the only one who has changed. She tells Eka that she also does not treat him sweetly like before, and she does not make any effort to be close to him. Then her friend advises her that, if she wants Ariel's attention again, she should dress up nicely for him tonight and treat him with love. On the other side, Ariel is also worried about the same thing. He feels that Eka is no longer happy with him. When he shares this with his senior, the senior advises him to go home and speak to Eka with love and patience. That night, when Ariel comes home, he sees that Eka is beautifully dressed and waiting for him. She speaks to him kindly, and for the first time in a long while, both of them spend a peaceful and loving night together. Everything seems normal between them again, but during this moment, we can still see the demon standing near them. This proves that the evil force has not left Eka yet. Later, Eka falls asleep, and once again, she sees the same handsome man in her dream. But this time, he is not calm. He looks angry and tells Eka that she cannot escape from his control. Hearing this, Eka suddenly opens her eyes in fear. In the dream, that man had placed a flower on her belly, and when Eka looks at her bed, she is shocked to see the same flower lying there in real life. Now Ariel is not beside her, so Eka goes downstairs to look for him. There, she sees that Ariel has prepared breakfast for her. Both of them apologize to each other for their past mistakes, and they decide to forget everything and start a new life together. Later, when Eka goes to work, she enters the storeroom and sees the same flower again, the one that was lying on her bed. She slowly tries to pick it up, but before she can touch it, another hand picks up the flower first. Eka turns back in fear, and she is shocked to see the same handsome man from her dream standing right in front of her. He starts moving toward her quickly, and Eka does not understand why she is so terrified of him. But when she sees his reflection in the mirror, her fear becomes even worse. In the reflection, he does not look human at all. He looks like a devil. This terrifying sight makes Eka vomit, and she immediately runs to the washroom. Her friend also comes there looking for her, but Eka leaves without saying anything. When her friend sees the vomit, she gets extremely disturbed because there is blood in it, along with many worms. That evening, Eka meets her sister, and through their conversation, we come to know that Eka loves children a lot. But even though she is healthy, she has still not been able to have a child. Because of this, the doctors have prescribed some medicines for her. Eka then messages Ariel and asks him to bring those medicines. But when Ariel receives Eka's message, he suddenly notices Eka inside his empty building. He is shocked because she should not be there. Ariel calls out to her, but Eka suddenly starts running. Ariel follows her, and then he sees something horrifying. Eka's appearance suddenly becomes mysterious. Her belly swells like she is pregnant, and within moments, she starts screaming as a child is born from her. But this is not a normal child. The baby looks completely devilish, proving that something evil has already entered Eka's life. That devilish child now starts crawling toward Ariel, while Eka stands there, smiling at him in a very creepy way. Terrified, Ariel runs from there to save himself. While running, he crashes into his senior, and in panic, he starts telling him that Eka was chasing him.
But when Ariel turns back and looks behind him, no one is there. Eka, the child, and everything he saw has suddenly disappeared. Ariel becomes deeply disturbed by this incident. He takes leave from work and goes back home, where he sees Eka behaving completely normal. She talks to him calmly, like nothing strange has happened. But Ariel is still scared, and he behaves differently with her. Eka also notices that something is wrong with him. Ariel tells Eka to call a healthcare nurse the next morning, and after saying this, he goes to sleep. But even while sleeping, he cannot find peace. The horrifying visions he saw at night keep flashing in his mind again and again, filling him with fear. The next morning, the healthcare nurse comes to their house and starts massaging Eka. While checking her, the nurse tells Ariel that Eka is 3 months pregnant. Hearing this, Eka becomes extremely happy. But Ariel's face turns pale, because this news makes no sense to him. Eka cannot be 3 months pregnant, because Ariel and Eka have not been close to each other for the past 6 months. Confused and disturbed, Ariel shares everything with his senior. His senior advises him not to keep all these doubts inside, and tells him to speak directly with Eka. Meanwhile, Eka is overjoyed, as if she has found the greatest treasure of her life. She happily tells all her colleagues about her pregnancy. But today, her friend does not look happy. Her friend is worried because the previous day, she had seen blood and worms in Eka's vomit, and she knows that this is not a normal sign. But Eka is too excited to care about anything. She ignores her friend's concern and continues celebrating her pregnancy. Later, in the parking area, Ariel suddenly hears the sound of a child crying from inside a car. He slowly goes near the car and checks inside with a light. But the moment he looks in, he sees the same devilish child sitting inside. Ariel gets terrified and runs away from there. And as he leaves, we see the demon standing behind him, holding that child in his arms. After returning home, Ariel secretly checks Eka's phone, because now he has started suspecting her. While checking her messages, he finds a chat with another man. When Ariel questions Eka about it, she explains that he is only her childhood friend. She says that he was talking to her because he had fought with his wife, and there is nothing wrong between them. Eka now understands why Ariel has been behaving strangely. She realizes that he is doubting her character and the pregnancy. Angrily, she tells Ariel that tomorrow they will go to the laboratory and do a proper test. She says she will prove that the child belongs to him. Ariel agrees, and the next morning, both of them go to the hospital. But when the doctor checks Eka, something shocking is revealed. Eka is not pregnant at all. Now the question is, if Eka is not pregnant, then what exactly is happening to her? The doctor explains that sometimes, when a woman desperately wants to become a mother and becomes obsessed with that thought, her body can start showing pregnancy-like changes. Because of this, the woman may strongly believe that she is pregnant, even when she is not. The healthcare nurse had also assumed that Eka was pregnant just by looking at her body shape, but in reality, there was no pregnancy. Hearing all this, Eka becomes even more disturbed. Ariel also feels extremely guilty because he doubted Eka without understanding the truth. Later, Eka goes to her friend and shares everything that happened. Her friend tells her that whatever is happening with her is not normal. So, she takes Eka to meet her teacher, Zaini. The moment Zaini sees Eka, he notices the same demon standing behind her. Seeing this, Zaini immediately understands that Eka is in serious danger. He calls Eka and her friend inside and starts explaining about such evil beings whose purpose is to destroy married life. Then Zaini asks Eka whether she has been seeing strange dreams or illusions. When Eka tells him about the handsome man appearing in her dreams, Zaini understands everything. He tells Eka that she has been possessed by an evil spirit, the kind that enters people's lives only to destroy their homes and relationships. Eka then tells Zaini about her pregnancy, but Zaini clearly says that she is not pregnant. Hearing this, Eka becomes even more angry and disturbed. Her condition is very bad, so her friend stays with her for a long time, trying to comfort her until Eka finally falls asleep. After that, her friend leaves to go home. On the way, she sees a small kitten on the road. Feeling pity for it, she picks it up and places it safely on a higher spot so that no vehicle will crush it.
But suddenly, she feels something strange behind her. When she slowly turns back, she sees the same demon standing there. This is the same demon from whom she had tried to save Etcha by taking her to Zaini. Because of this, the demon is burning with rage. In anger, he attacks Etcha's friend and brutally kills her. At the same time, Etcha sees everything happening in her dream and wakes up in fear. She also hears some noise coming from outside. Terrified, she slowly goes out to check. But the moment she steps outside, she is completely shaken because her friend is lying dead exactly like Etcha had seen in her dream. Her friend's death completely breaks Etcha. Along with the pain, she also starts feeling guilty because she believes her friend died only because of her. When Ariel comes home, he sees Etcha crying helplessly. Etcha tells him everything that happened, and Ariel also feels deeply saddened after hearing it. But while Etcha is crying, something strange happens again. Her belly suddenly swells, as if she has become pregnant. Seeing this, both Ariel and Etcha become extremely worried. The next morning, Etcha tells Ariel everything about the dreams she has been seeing every night, and also about what Zaini said, that these dreams are being shown by the demon. Now Ariel feels that taking Etcha back to Zaini is the best option. Zaini also understands how much trouble Etcha and Ariel are in, so he agrees to help them. After this, Etcha's exorcism begins. Zaini starts the process to remove the demon from her life. But this demon is extremely powerful. During the exorcism, he enters Etcha's body and speaks through her in a terrifying voice. He tells them that they can never separate him from Etcha, because in another world, Etcha had already married him. After saying this, the demon leaves Etcha's body, and Etcha starts suffering from intense pain. Zaini tells Ariel that this demon destroys the lives of married couples in this cruel way, and it is very important to get rid of him before things become worse. To protect them, Zaini gives them some verses and tells them to recite those verses every day. Etcha and Ariel follow his instruction and continue reciting those verses for 14 days. Because of this, their life slowly starts becoming more normal than before. Etcha also stops seeing those terrifying dreams. But one day, Ariel tells Etcha that he has to go out of the city for some work. He does not want to leave Etcha alone in this condition, but this work will bring him a lot of money, and that money can solve all their financial problems. Etcha understands his situation and tells him to go, saying that she will take care of herself. After Ariel leaves, Etcha recites the same verses and goes to sleep. But that night, something strange happens inside her house. The demon has returned again. This time, he plans to take advantage of Ariel's absence and attack Etcha when she is alone. The next morning, when Etcha goes to work, she notices something horrifying. The eyes of all her colleagues suddenly change, and they start moving toward her in a frightening way. In mysterious voices, they keep saying that Etcha cannot leave him. Seeing all this, Etcha becomes terrified. That night, she calls her sister home because she is too scared to stay alone. Etcha also tells Ariel everything over the phone, explaining what happened to her at work. After hearing this, Ariel immediately calls Etcha's sister and warns her. He tells her that no matter what happens, she must not let Etcha fall asleep. Because something like this has happened before. When Etcha's friend took her to Zaini, Etcha fell asleep, and the demon killed her friend. So now, if Etcha falls asleep again, the demon can definitely attack both Etcha and her sister. Etcha's sister tries her best to keep Etcha awake by talking to her continuously. But while they are talking, Etcha slowly falls into such a deep sleep that she cannot control herself anymore. Her sister panics and starts shaking her hard, trying to wake her up. But no matter how much she tries, Etcha does not open her eyes. Suddenly, the demon attacks Etcha's sister. First, he touches her shoulder, and then an invisible force lifts her up and throws her down from the bed. Terrified, Etcha's sister runs out of the room. But before she can escape, the same invisible force lifts her again and smashes her against the wall. Because of this, Etcha's sister falls unconscious right there. After some time, Etcha briefly wakes up, and once again her belly has swollen badly. She is suffering from unbearable pain. Seeing her own condition, Etcha becomes furious. In pain and anger, she starts staggering downstairs. At that moment, she does not even notice that her sister is lying unconscious near the stairs. Etcha then takes a hanger and tries to remove the baby from inside her body, but she fails. By the time Ariel reaches the house, Etcha is already in a terrible condition. Ariel first helps Etcha's sister regain consciousness. Then, without wasting any time, he takes Etcha to Zany's house. There, Zany gathers many people to help him, and Ekka's exorcism begins again. Everyone starts reciting prayers and supplications around Ekka. At the same time, inside Ekka's dream, we see another world, the world of the demon. Even in that demon's world, Ekka can hear the prayers being recited in the real world. With the help of those prayers, Ekka tries to escape from that dark world. But the demon appears in front of her and tells her that she can never leave his world. Ekka gets terrified and starts running here and there. Seeing her trying to escape, the demon becomes angry. Suddenly, he appears behind Ekka and grabs her tightly. The moment the demon catches her in his world, Ekka becomes completely possessed in the real world. She rises from the bed, and along with her, the bed also lifts into the air. Her eyes turn devilish, and she starts laughing with a terrifying roar, just like the demon. Seeing this, everyone begins reciting the prayers even louder. Because of those prayers, the demon also starts suffering in pain. The demon then tries to scare Zany, but Zany does not lose courage. As the prayers continue, the demon's strength slowly weakens, and he starts losing control over Ekka. Finally, Ekka and the bed fall back to the ground. At that moment, Ariel goes near her and starts reciting the same protective verse into her ears. Inside the demon's world, Ekka sees Ariel calling out to her. He tells her that he needs her and asks her to come back to his world. Hearing Ariel's voice, Ekka gathers all her strength and tries to free herself from the demon's grip. Even in that dark world, she can still hear the prayers being recited by everyone in the real world. Then, Ekka herself starts reciting those same prayers inside the demon's world. The moment she does this, the demon's world begins to collapse. At the same time, in the real world, Ekka is no longer possessed. Zany's exorcism finally works, and Ekka is freed from the demon completely. She is finally released from his grip, and Ariel and her sister become extremely happy seeing her safe again. At the end of the story, the movie shows us what happens 6 years later. Ekka now has 2 children, and her life has finally become normal. One day, while Ekka's children are playing outside, Ekka's sister goes to bring them back inside. But outside the house, she notices the same demon again. This time, he is standing there in human form. He looks mysterious and frightening, especially to Ekka's sister. Through this, the movie shows that the demon may not be able to fully possess Ekka anymore, but he has not gone very far from her either. At the very end, the movie shows the real girl on whom this story is based. This means the movie is presented as a true story. And with the interview of that real girl, the movie comes to an end.